Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Rico Report brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. It's the post-game report. I know this one's a tough one. Hard to swallow this one, man, because it's like right from the jump. I'm gonna get right into it, folks. Right from the jump, problems. We let this team knife us all the way down the field. I mean, Joe Burrow was like 9 for 14. So I think it was like 9 for 11, 9 for 12. You only like 2 or 3 incompletions. Knifing through our defense. And here's the thing. This is expected for our defense is not going to keep holding these teams to like 10 points, 14 points, because we've lost too many big pieces. But what we can secure and know is that this defense is always going to play hard no matter what. They're still going to do their part. And if they can keep these teams in the high teens, the low 20s, you got a shot. Because this NFL, you can score at will. Problem is, we don't have an offense to match. Like, listen, bro, I'm at a loss of word. I'm a loss for words, bro. I'm not really ever a team I'm not ever a dude that's lost for words. I just don't know what's going on with this team no more, man. I have no idea. And I'm to the point, and no fault to Ken Dorsey. But this Ken Dorsey, Josh Allen combination, it ain't working. This Ken Dorsey, you know what I'm saying, run game, that thing ain't working. And it's not that Ken Dorsey's a bad play caller. He's a horrible play caller. But it ain't working, bro. It ain't working. Josh is in his own world. Josh is not taking the shit that's there for him. Josh is fighting against himself. He's fighting against the establishment. That's what it feels like. He's fighting against coach. He's fighting against everybody. He just wants to do what he wants to do. And sadly, that's what's gotten Josh to the NFL. Let's keep it a buck. That's what's got Josh to the NFL, doing what he's good at, doing what he likes to do. And don't bother me. Just let me play backyard football. That's what it feels like. And when he got to the NFL, they tried to mold him and try to work around his skill set. And we moved away from someone that would work around a skill set, which is what an offensive coordinator should do. Work around someone's skill set and go from there. Not try to change someone. And I'm not saying that the organization is trying to change his brother, but it feels as though Josh, he ain't joshing. Let me just put it that way. He ain't joshing. They're trying to mature him. They're trying to make him understand that you can't do this, you can't do that. You're going to have to, you know what I'm saying, learn to use other tools in your toolbox instead of you having to, scramble to make plays happen. And it works. But I think they're trying to get him to a point where it's not going to work all the time. Like pure example, you're looking at a quarterback right across from him in Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was just taking what was given to him, throwing to tight ends that he doesn't normally throw to. Just do what you guys do. Zach Taylor was actually utilizing their run game. Their run game, their running back was decisive. One cut, go. On our hand, we have a guy that's he's doing the cha-cha. He's doing the merengue. All this feet work. Hit the motherfucking hole and hit the hole, man. Hit the hole. All this sliding and moving around and just find the hole and hit it. James Cook, he won't do it. It's got to be wide open for him to take it. The lane's got to be right there. He's got to slide right through. When the lane's there, He'll slide right through, no problem. Forget about him trying to, find a crease, and it's not happening with him. Cook ain't, listen, I was right when I first initially knew about this cat right from the jump. He ain't it. He's just a solid back that's quick, can catch out of the backfield, and it just doesn't seem that we're using his skill set. It to the point when you need points on the board, when you want to, you're in the fourth quarter and you want to have your best players on the field. James Cook ain't even, he's nowhere to be seen. He's out of there. Guess who they put in? The 33-year-old Latavius Murray. No wonder they brought in freaking bro. The reason I can't cuss and the reason I can't, yell, because everybody's asleep. What is it? It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning right now for me. Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Bro, this team is frustrating, bro. This team is frustrating. And they keep you invested long enough to make it hurt even more, don't they? Like, just get blown out so we can just end the game and all right, we chalk this up to an L. Nah, but you know what, coach? You know what coach has got to do? Coach has got to burn a timeout. He's gonna burn a timeout on an instant. Bro, the play was so insignificant, but you had to go and pull it and challenge that. What are you challenge you for, bro? You're burnt a timeout on a time management. That wasn't it. We could have used that timeout. Maybe given your defense another chance, because the defense kept on giving the ball back to the offense. But we sit here bullshitting. Straight bullshitting. Folks, very disappointing loss. The Bills were very disappointing. 10 points right up until the fourth. 10 points right up into the fourth, man. We scored in the first quarter, and that was it. We didn't score until the fourth. Excuse me. We scored in the first quarter and didn't score until the fourth. Couldn't get anything going. Not a damn thing. Reality check. They're going to double team one of the best receivers in the game. As a quarterback, you've got to go and find others. You only somewhat woke up in the fourth quarter to realize, okay, let me just start going to my tight end, the guy that we drafted in the first round. You didn't think to do that in the beginning and to continue? I'm not going front, man. This is actually it's very disappointing, man. This offense is mind-boggling to me. So let me go back to Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey's cool. Ken Dorsey can call plays, but like for what we have on this roster, bro, it ain't working. It ain't working, man. It ain't working. Like this, we can't continue to freaking play this game. And on top of that, Josh had a terrible game himself. He only woke up yet again in the fourth to really show some urgency, while the other guy is just cooking us left, right, center. Just cooking us. Like, what were you thinking on that interception, Josh? Like, honestly, what were you thinking? Going to Gabe Davis when they dropped everybody but 3 linemen, and you go to Gabe Davis on a super easy interception. That's the same interception you threw last game, where you're like, what the hell was that? Why did you just give the ball away like that in your own zone? When you had Kincaid breaking open, you had Stephon Diggs on the button, and then you had James Cook in the flat. You had three options, 3 viable options you could have chosen. Unbelievable. Bro. And I'm going to say something, man. I don't normally like to get on these refs because the refs already have a hard job. But bro, You're giving him a flag for pointing, a taunting flag. There was some terrible calls in this game where you're like, just let these boys play, man. Just let them play. Nope, not having that. So I'm curious to see what these guys did and how we played this game, right? Because it only makes sense for us to go through it. So player statistics, man. Let me just go to the ESPN app because that's the one I like to use the most. All right. The ESPN app. All right, let me just jump on it. Like before let me just fire this up. But I'm just so freaking sick of these damn, like, I'm done making excuses for these Bills, man. For real. And not that I try to make excuses because I really don't. I don't give a damn to make excuses, but like, fam, enough's enough. Enough is enough already. Like, you play these guys, you got a sample size in the regular season last year. Then you played a full game with them in the playoffs, and you got your tails whooped. You think you'd come in and have a better display of offense. And you guys come in and shit the bed yet again. Josh Allen, 26 for 38, 258 yards, almost 7 yards a pop. He had a touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs, a nice one, with a two-point conversion. He had a dumb interception that gave the ball back to an on fire Joe Burrow. You gave him the ball back. Had an 85.2 rating. 16 carries the whole game. 8 carries for Josh Allen for 44 yards. 6 carries for 20 yards for James Cook at 3.3 a pop. And then Latavius Murray played the rest of the fourth quarter with 2 carries for 4 yards. 68 yards total. 68 yards total rushing. No respect for the run game. No respect for the run game. No respect enough to give your whole offense a little bit of something to work with. You become one-dimensional, and when you become one-dimensional, you're going to lose the game. You're going to lose the game. One-dimensional. We know what's coming. These guys knew what was coming. They played defense so well, man. And we only started to really realize that Kincaid was killing it, and you only started to give this brother the ball in the second half. You didn't realize he was killing it at the beginning. You haven't realized that all tight ends have killed the Bengals all year round. You wouldn't think that you would stick to it, have them adjust to you, and then start giving up to all the others. Ain't that a bitch, man? Stephon Diggs, 6 receptions for 86 yards, 14 yards a pop, touchdown at the end of the quarter off of 7 targets. Dalton Kincaid was on the money. 10 receptions for 81 yards, 11 targets. Don't ever stop giving that brother the ball. Good things happen when you give him the ball. Khalil Shakir, 4 receptions for 57 yards. Not enough to give. You didn't give him the ball enough either. He's the guy that you should rely on in the slot. Nope. Trent Sherfield was the only, and Latavius Murray were the only other guys that had a reception. Gabe Davis, donut. And that's our receiver too. Donut? Are you kidding me? Nah, you tripping, bro. You tripping. There's no way this team brings this guy back. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. You cannot bring that brother back. You can't. No separation. Limited on his route running abilities. Just can't. Just can't do it. Can't do it. Deep route, dig route, corner. Those are your 3. Those are your 3 that you can run. Deep, dig, corner. Situ. That's it. You're limited after that. So, and Josh continues to go right back to you on the same freaking throw every time. You tried it the first time, picked off. You tried it again, picked off on the other side. Learn from your freaking mistakes. You got Tyrell Dotson that's in this drives me nuts. You got Tyrell Dotson on the goal line. Linval Joseph does his job, pins up, anchors down, two guys, boom, on him. The running back has two holes to pick. The little crease, tiny one, or the one that you could drive a Mack truck through. He chose the one you could drive a Mack truck through. Here's our middle linebacker standing behind the defensive tackle's ass, wondering where he's going. Meanwhile, running back comes in, walks in with ease. There's your middle linebacker. Buddy, Tyrell Dotson, bro, unacceptable. You're the middle linebacker, man. We need you to come in, fill that hole, and thump. That's why you're there. Hiding behind the center's ass cheek. Bro, what are you doing, man? That's craziness to me. That's crazy. It's crazy. That should piss me off, man. I'm not going to lie. That should piss me off. Dotson had some good moments in the game. Don't get me wrong. That one pissed me off. Jordan Poyer, 11 for bro. I'm telling you, man. I know it's during a loss, and obviously things are magnified like crazy. But I'm gonna tell you, man. Jordan Poyer and my man Micah Hyde, they look older, bro. They really do. They look older. They look older, and they are. You just got to keep it a buck. This is just what it is. Jordan Poyer, 11 tackles, 8 solo. Tyrell Dotson had 10 tackles, 8 solo. Teron Johnson was not great in coverage today. Dorian Williams, 4 tackles altogether. Terrell Bernard had 4 tackles and he was out with a concussion potentially. Dane Jackson was playing lights out today. He was everywhere, and just everything got the most of him at the end of the game. At the end of the game, they got you. They got you twice, actually. And one of them, Jamar Chase, fell on his backside. If that ball was thrown with stride, that's a touchdown. We got lucky there. But nonetheless, Dane Jackson did play solid today. He did play solid today. Taylor Rapp, Christian Bedford was benched for Rasul Douglas. So we should see a lot more Rasul Douglas and split time between Dane Jackson and Christian Benford. By the way, that's how he says his name, Benford. Linval Joseph, nice spark today. I'd like to see more of Linval on the field. Rasul Douglas came in, did some good things. Ed Oliver, quiet today. And everybody else was quiet. Tough day for the Bills, man. Tough day for the Bills. I can't even front. It's a tough day for the Bills. You had 10 days to prepare. What kind of bullshit did you put on there? What kind of bullshit display did you put on today? 10 days to prepare for this team. 10 days to prepare for this Lou Anarumo defense. And this is what you came up with. 18 measly points. 18 measly points. Unbelievable. On the contrary, on the other side, Joe Burrow, 31 for 44, 348. Oh my God, we gave up almost 350 yards passing. Meanwhile, they have been averaging. I'm trying to see what they've been averaging. These guys are ranked 27th in the game. 29th. They average 276 yards a game. Passing, they're 23rd. They're ranked 23rd in passing. We let these boys come in and throw for 350 yards on us. 8 yards a pop, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked once. With a 108.9 rating. Cincinnati's rushing. They had 14 carries for Joe Mixon, 37 yards. 2.6 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. This is what I mean. The defense, although depleted, they did their job, man. They did their job and held them as much as they could. This is where the defense has to come in and score. You have to. If this putting up 10 to 18 points is absolute bullshit. And you're trying to go to the playoffs? Playoffs? You trying to go to playoffs? You need to knock it off. T. Higgins was a story today. 8, 110, 13.8 yards a pop off of 9 targets. They didn't make it into the end zone. Tyler Boyd, 356, 3 for 56 yards off of 5 targets. Tanner Hudson, 4 for 45. Jamar Chase, 4 for 41. The defense did their job, man. They took away the number 1 receiver, and they pretty much said, I'm taking away Jamar Chase. You're going to have to find somebody else to come up and step up. And guess what? T. Higgins did. 8 for 110. If they take away Stephon Diggs, and I mean really taking away, and it's very difficult to take away Stephon Diggs, what in the hell is Gabe Davis going to do for us? What is he going to do for us? Exactly. Joe Mixon, 5 for 31. Drew Sample, touchdown, and Irv Smith Jr. had a touchdown. Bro, when you look at this offense, you look at everybody else's offense, I get it. It's never going to be perfect. But you know what? When your running game isn't working, your quarterback better be working. When your quarterback is not, you know what I mean, seeing the field the way it should be, the run game better be working. What the hell was working for us today? Can y'all tell me what was working for us today? Unbelievable. Not great, voice. Not great. This one's a tough one. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a tough one to swallow, folks. Because now you got to go into playing the Broncos, and who knows what the hell we're gonna do against the Broncos. Now, I am not confident. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not confident in this offense. Not confident. What used to be isn't. I'm holding on to like, yeah, we'll get our shit together. You know what I mean? Against it doesn't matter who we play now. The offense is just not clicking. It's not clicking. And it starts with 17. 17 ain't clicking, bro. Luckily for him, he's got enough chemistry with Stephon Diggs. But with everybody else, it's like it's a struggle. At least that's how I see it. You move away from something, you go to it, you move away, like, bro, maddening. I'm looking at the team stats today, folks. Team stats. Passing first downs, the Bills had 21, Bengals 23. Excuse me, first downs alone. 11 first downs for the Bills, 17 for Joe Burrow. And you know how he got 17? 17 by just taking what's there, taking what's given to him. Throw it to freaking Drew Sample. Yeah, I'm going to throw it to Drew Sample. I never throw it to Drew Sample. But he was. Rushing first downs, Bills had 9, they had 5. First downs from penalties, both teams had 1. The Bills were 7 for 12 on third downs. That's excellent. The Bengals, on the other hand, were 8 for 15. Very good on both ends. 55 plays to their 67. 300 yards total offense, and to them, 397. Almost 400 yards of total offense. Both teams had 9 drives each. Turnovers are going to kill you. 2 things killed us today. We gave away the ball, turnover. We had 5 penalties to their 6, same yardage. Excuse me, we had 2 turnovers. I beg your pardon. 2 turnovers. Obviously, the Kincaid fumble. That one hurt. That one hurt a lot. Because we have to get the ball back and do that. That one hurt very much so. But shout out to Jermaine Pratt. Jermaine Pratt came in, punched that thing out. It's over. That's just being aware and making a play. But time of possession. We couldn't sustain drives. We could not sustain any drives whatsoever. No drives. 3 and out. Give the ball back. 3 and out. Give the ball back. Like, we couldn't. There was a point where it was like punt, interception, punt. Bro, that ain't gonna cut it. You want to go to the playoffs? We're trying to be a playoff team. Bro, the way the Dolphins played the Chiefs, they're more of a playoff team than we are. The way Houston Texans today played, more of a damn playoff team than we are. Like, struggle. And some of y'all might disagree, but like, no, but we were pretty good on offense today. We were all right. Were we watching the same game? I didn't think so. Oh my gosh, man. 23 minutes of time of possession to their 36 minutes of time of possession. Man, they just toyed with us, man. They played with us and it was a joke. Like Joe Burrow figured us out, figured our defense out very quickly. He figured out what he can do, when he can do it, and how he's going to do it. And that's what he did. That's exactly what he did. And here we are. It's tough, man. This is a tough one. I'm trying to look at like what we were able to do. So we scored what? The first 10 points, the first 7 points, obviously in the first quarter. When did we hit our field goal? We hit our field goal in the second quarter. Excuse me, in the first half. In the first half, second half, excuse me, that's when we hit our field goal. They're up 21-10. I will say this though, the bright spot is they only put 3 points up on us in the second half. The defense came through. The defense was trying to stay within the confines of this defense. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to make things happen. The defense kept giving the ball back to the offense. Offense just can't do it. Something is dysfunctional about this offense. It's dysfunctional. It's just not working. Something's got to give. So here's my overall thoughts on this one. Like stats aside, let me tell you what I'm thinking. And a lot of people are starting to veer this route. They're sick and tired of a defensive coach handling this team. Why? Because we have a elite franchise quarterback that they feel that this defensive coach and his mentality and his way of viewing the game is wasting our franchise quarterback. Do you guys agree with that? Because that's what the premise is. And I'm telling you right now, the grumblings are going to get louder. It's going to get louder. For an elite quarterback, what you have right now, you need an offensive coordinator that gets it, that knows offense, that knows it on the back of his mind, that just gets it. And right now, people are saying, fuck McDermott. Good guy. He's cool and all, but you're wasting the talents of Josh Allen. You're wasting the talents of Josh Allen. So either Bean says, yo, this ain't going to work out, or McDermott grows a pair and says, yo, this whole experiment with you, Ken Dorsey, is not working. It's not your offense is not sophisticated enough for this game. It's too elementary. It's too basic. You mean to tell me you're going to wait? You don't do a trick play all year long, and you're going to wait until middle of the third to pull some BS reverse flea flicker to try some? Bro, I saw that. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? What is that? What are y'all doing? We just listen. Ken Dorsey's got to be better. Josh has got to be better. I'm not taking anything away from Josh because Josh did not have a good game. Josh did not have a good game, folks. And McDermott has got to fucking wake up. Wake up, my guy. You got a 27-year-old quarterback that is prime. And you don't want to let him do what he does. And I get it. You can't keep doing the same bullshit all the time because, your teams figure you out. So you're trying to make your quarterback, more mature and take away the run. But that's what he does best. So now you have to cater to the player. Cater to the player. Tweak him just a little bit, but cater to the player. You've completely taken away his powers. His power is to be a dual threat. That's the power. That's the power of having a Josh Allen. He is a prototypical dual threat. But now you've made him a single threat to throw the football. So we're 9 games into the season. They know he ain't running. He ain't going to run. Unless he becomes defiant and just does it anyway. And then that's an internal squabble that y'all got to have. But like Josh ain't joshing like he used to. Have you taken that away from him? That's the speculation. Based on what you've given us and based on what you want us to look at and the product that you're putting on the field, that's what you're telling us. We want him to be careful. We want him to be safe, not running the football. So you know what? He's not. There's going to come a time he's going to, listen, doesn't he listen to Frank Sinatra? I'm going to do it my way. He's going to tell you us to fuck you. I'm doing it my way. We've done it your way. Now I'm doing it my way. I'm going back to the Josh way. You could have avoided that by still keeping Josh, but tweaking it. So going to your offensive coordinator and saying, figure it the fuck out on how you're going to keep Josh the way he does it and get this offense clicking. I mean, our second damn receiver in Gabriel Davis had 0 receptions. 0 receptions. That's crazy to me. You go from having 9 receptions against a decent defense to 0 receptions. Like, what's changed? What changed? I don't get him. I don't get it. Love this team. I really do. I fuck with this team. But boy, is that frustrating, man. So we just dropped from 6. We're down. We were 5-3. We're now 5-4. We have now a 50% chance, 49% chance to make this playoffs. So now we are officially in the hunt. Yo, we trying to win this division? I mean, it's not too late because the Dolphins lost. The Jets play tomorrow. Get the fuck out of here. If you let the Jets beat the Chargers, the Jets will leap us. And now we're 3rd in the division. So our percentage of trying to make this playoff just dropped even further. And the schedule gets tougher as it goes. You got to put up points against the Broncos. And I tell you right now, the Broncos are not going to be a fucking walkover. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you they're not going to just get walked over. And then you got Philly right after that. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Oh, no. Yeah, we're going to be in trouble, folks. So we took that L to the Bengals, and I can't believe it. I actually I don't even want that. But I actually predicted that we would. I predicted that we would go 12-5. Predicted we would go 12-5. We have already reached our 5th loss. Excuse me, we've reached our 4th loss. We only got one more to give up. And then now you got to play the Jets. You got to play the Eagles. You got to play the Broncos. Then you got your bye week, the late bye at that. Then you got to play the Chiefs. Then the Cowboys, the Chargers, and Patriots, Dolphins. Bro, these are why these games matter at this junction of the season. So by next game, I need to see Leonard Fournette dressed up. I need to see Rasul Douglas starting. I don't give a damn who between Benford and Dane Jackson gets it. That's up to coach to figure that shit out. But you put Rasul Douglas in there. You didn't trade his ass and give up a 3rd for him to just sit on the sideline because Benford and Christian decided, and Dane Jackson decided to, maybe we saw something. Nah, fuck all that. Rasul Douglas gets in the game. I mean, you saw him today. Benford's the one that got benched. So it's going to be Dane Jackson, and Rasul Douglas. I don't give a damn. Y'all got to figure it out. But you traded for these guys. You better play these guys because I'm telling you right now, Leonard Fournette better be touching that football, and you better be giving it to him handsomely. Because James Cook just ain't that dude, man. He's a good running back, but he's just nothing where I'm like, yo, let's go. Because now you leave him on the field, he becomes a liability in pass block. So you can't do some of the things you want to do with James Cook. That's why you got to go get yourself a number one back that can pass block, that can run, that can catch out of the backfield, that's got the size to protect your ass. Not a $189 running back that's gonna get blown. It's gonna get blown up. Just doesn't work that way. You need men to play this damn game. Devin Singletary was 5'7", but 205 pounds. He would hold his own. He would absolutely hold his own. It's undersized, man. And that's okay. He's undersized. We're just gonna, be pitching the football, I'm saying, outside. We're gonna, turn him into a receiver. When have we seen enough of it yet? Have you guys seen enough of James Cook at the receiver saying, you know what? We're using him properly. We're using him like CMC. They use CMC way more in the pass game than James Cook is used. You'd think with the man that size, they'd make it their business to give him the football in space. It's maddening. Maddening. The amount of disrespect to the running back is incredible. Or not even to the running back, to a weapon that can be used in James Cook. He may not be a strong pass blocker and a strong interior runner, but get him out in space and let him do what he does best. But you hardly do that. So what you, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy. Shit was bananas, man. Why Fournette was dressed up to play tonight? He wasn't. He's practice squad. So they're going to have to elevate him. King Noble says, yo, you know what's funny, Rigo? Zach Moss is second in rushing yards in the NFL because he went to a team that actually believes in the run game. He went to a team that says, you know what? In order to get somewhere, you got to establish a run. You got to make this team know that you will run the football. I wasn't lying to y'all when I told you when Zach Moss was on the squad, they tried everything in their power to make Zach the lead back. They were force feeding the ball over Devin Singletary. Problem is, we didn't have the personnel on the line to block well enough for him, and somebody that actually respected the run game. Then they trade him. Clearly, he wasn't the problem because he's thriving where he's at. He had the size, he had the speed, he had the ability to protect, and he could catch out of the backfield. And then we're like, nah, we're going to trade you. And we're going to go grab ourselves a back that can't do those things and is limited. And we're going to spend a second round on him. But wait, there's more. We could have had Breece Hall. And that would have solved all your problems right there. What do I know? What do I know, bro? So something's got to give. Something's got to give. There's something up with this damn offense. This offense is just not clicking. This offense is not vibing. And I don't want to hear anybody try to tell me that, yo, it was XYZ's fault. And this is why, if you watch, you saw the game today, man. Josh was frustrating today. The O-line had some moments where they just forgot what their job was. Can't run the football. You become one-dimensional. What do you expect to happen? And then when you get on the field, you're going 3 and out rather quickly. Not giving your offense enough opportunity to kind of really sustain a drive. We had 2 solid sustainable drives. One, and the end result was a touchdown. And the other end result was an unfortunate fumble. The 2 drives out of 9 times that we had this football, that ain't gonna cut it. Can't cut it that way. It's just not going to work out that way. And I'm starting to come to the realization, because I was still trying to show love to Ken Dorsey and saying it's execution, and it still is execution. But for what Ken Dorsey is calling, for what he's deciding to to put us in, it's not working out. It's not working out. We had an opportunity. I mean, I got to see the film again, but was there an opportunity for us to go 12 personnel and try to change things up a little bit? We didn't even bother. Didn't even bother. Straight as stayed in shotgun or pistol. Yo, bro, come on, man. That's tough, man. And don't get me started on the refs. The refs were just not good today. The refs were not good. So, folks, I'm gonna jump in and catch up on the super chats. If you guys have super chats, drop them in right now, because right now I went to a separate tab. All the super chats are in one tab, so I won't be able to see some of your questions. So if you have super chats, this is your time to jump in on super chats. BJ Bills, what's up, BJ? BJ says, we looking like a wild card to not making the playoffs. We are definitely a wild card team. We're a wild card team, and if we make the playoffs, and there's still a good chance we make the playoffs. We're a good team still. We will not be in the top 3. We'll be in the bottom. So we'll be playing the Chiefs. We'll be playing the Ravens. We're playing the top teams. And the fucked up part is we're a top team. So maybe we catch one of these teams lacking and we make a strong push, but we got to make the playoffs first, because the way we're trending right now, the way we're trending and what we're putting on the board in terms of points ain't going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. Super chat coming in from Austin Henby. What's up, Austin? Austin comes in and says, hey, bro, we didn't have to pay well, but the refs went on script. So upsetting. Dotson was slacking. Josh got the fire. Then they drew a flag strategically. Yeah, they didn't like Josh pointing. They weren't a big fan of that. They wanted him to act accordingly. But you know, when Tyreek does one of these bad boys, ain't done. You don't sweat that. Signified No says, hey, we moved into 3rd in the division. An honor of DeMar. Stop that nonsense with DeMar. I'm sick and tired of the DeMar chat. Done with it. Be done with the damn DeMar chat. Fluffy Panda, what's up, man? Where was the late 4th quarter offense the rest of the game? Shaking my head. They cracked the smelling salts late in the 4th quarter. Apparently, they just thought that we're just going to la-di-da our way and score on these things. I hate to break it to these Bills offensive guys. We are not the offense of last year or 2 years ago, where you can just march up the field and just put it on someone if we want to. We're not that team anymore. We're not that team. So you better go. We got to figure something out. Nick Jordan, what's up, Nick? Thank you. I appreciate that super chat, Nick Jordan. Burnt it all, as Vaughn would say about his GM head coaching regime. Something has to change. Has got to change, and we cannot waste JA17's prime with mediocrity. Listen, I just said it not too long ago, man. Coaches sitting here, and I'm a fan. And the thing is, I'm torn because I'm a fan of McDermott, but I'm a fan of the team even more. So either McDermott figures something out by the end of the season or even midseason. I don't know what you got to do, but Ken Dorsey, buddy, if he continues to do this bullshit, he's got to be relieved of his duties, because he's either blocking out what you're saying, or he's not effing with it, or something's got to give. Like, look at the Raiders. The Raiders had no love for McDaniel. They waited till that brother left to show some moxie, to show some energy to take down the Giants. Now they're sitting there smoking cigars in their locker room. Same roster, same everybody. Difference is you got a different leader. So has Josh grown tired of Ken Dorsey, the guy that he handpicked to be the coach of his team? Has he grown tired? Is he just done with the philosophy? I don't get it. My man Freddie just says McDermott shined in the shit show. Oh, buddy, was it ever a shit show? And like, how do you go to the podium and explain yourself? Oh, we really didn't. No, you didn't do any good things. We lost to the Bengals yet again, and they looked far superior than we did. And that's the thing, though. They looked like a class or two above us. Although the score may not present that, but when you watch the film for what it is, they look far better than we are. And I think that's what bugs me the most. That's what bugs me the most, man. Far better. Like if we came back and somehow got a stop and we came back and scored and won that game, I would have sat there and be like, yo, how do we win this game? Because they were clearly the better team. They were clearly the better team. Unbelievable. Dotson doesn't have any any coverage awareness. No, he doesn't. He's not a cover guy. He's a thumper. He's a guy that will, meet you in the hole and thump, which is crazy to me because he had an opportunity to go up against somebody and he whiffed. Pathetic. Pathetic, pathetic, pathetic. He's gonna watch that film with the team and be like, yo, what was I doing? He's playing hide and go seek. Where'd he go? Ooh. Mixon runs it for touch. So, bro, I'm just saying, man. Avex, I think Kincaid played stellar. Sad that his turnover was the difference, but I wouldn't blame anything on him at all. He's got a bright future. There's no way. He was one of the bright spots on the offensive side of the ball. When he was catching that football, everything that we've been saying all offseason looked so true in this game. This boy was catching the ball in stride. In stride, even if it's a poor thrown ball behind him like last week. On the touchdown he scored, the ball was behind him. It was low and behind. Kincaid is the one that went back and retrieved it, still stayed in stride, and walked into the end zone. If that's Dawson Knox is turning and contorting his body to catch that thing, and there's no way he's running into the end zone. The chemistry is only starting to get better between these two. They better figure it out. Is it going to be the two-man show, Diggs and Kincaid? Then make it that. I could care less if Gabe Davis is not part of the game plan or you're receiver 3. Your role will be receiver 3, and so be it. But Kincaid is the bright spot on the squad. Do not stop forcing the freaking football to him. Or not even forcing, finding a way to get the ball to his hands. Got to. Next super chat. Josh Allen is the next John Elway. He comes in and says, hey, this team is never winning a championship with McDermott. 217 yards, 16 first downs given up in the first half. I am done. I am done with McDermott. I'm telling you right now, man. McDermott is going to have some people wanting his head. And is it fair? Maybe I have a bias because I actually like McDermott, but I'm starting to grow a little frustrated with the lack of change, the lack of, not letting this thing happen again. We look like the same lethargic, tired, not wanting to be their team. That's what it looks like. The last several weeks, that's what it's looked like. When is the team and when is he going to wake this team up? That's what I'd like to know. Wake that team up. Super chat coming in from Max and Mad. What's up, Max? Josh at the presser said it was the game plan going into it. When asked what happened to up-tempo offense we had against the Bucs, play calling is awful. So the play calling against the Bucs, we like it. And I get it. You got to have a different game plan every week. But if you notice that the up-tempo play calling was working for your offense, you think that you keep it moving, not giving the defense enough time to react and try to move things. But I guess the game plan was different. This one, we're going to slow it down. Slow it down with what? You know how you slow things down with? You slow things down with a running game. So what exactly were you planning on slowing the game down with? Explain that to me. And I heard Collinsworth say, sometimes in the NFL, the new running game is a short passing game. Listen, I'm with it. If you're going to move the sticks. If you're going to move the sticks, then I'm with it. You didn't move the sticks enough for me to even say, it works. You didn't do enough for me. As a fan watching it, no. Mr. Viking, what's up, man? Mr. Viking says, yo, bro, I really just have no words or answers for this team. It pisses me off it pisses me off the way we are losing games. How is it that we have 37 injuries on defense and they look better than our offense? This is what I've been trying to say, man. This offense is supposed to carry this defense. That's how it's supposed to work. Maybe that's what McDermott's talking about. We ain't playing complimentary football because he knows his guys are doing it. Well, if you know your defense is holding their end of the bargain, even with your injuries, there's got to be a conversation with Ken Dorsey, because this team is too damn good to be sitting here bullshitting. So, do you have to get rid of Ken Dorsey mid-season and put in Joe Brady or Aaron Kromer? You brought all these guys here, all these guys as consultants on this team. You got Joe Brady, Aaron Kromer, and you have Ken Dorsey upstairs. Too many hands in the pot? Is that what's going on? Too many hands in the pot? Well, then get rid of a hand. Because I could care less. If they came up with news tomorrow, Ken Dorsey has been relieved of his offensive duties, guess what? I ain't even mad. I'm like, oh shit, sucks to be him. Because you got too much damn talent on this team to be putting up freaking 10 points until the fourth quarter. 14 points against the Giants. You kidding me? But you're going to light up the Dolphins for 48 points. The inconsistency of this team. I'll tell you, bro. By the way, we got 859 people watching right now. Salute to y'all. I know some of y'all are Bengals fans. I know a lot of y'all are Bills fans. If you guys are tuned in for the very first time, smash that like while you guys are here. Let's get this thing to 715 likes. Smash that like. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And do me a favor, hit that notification bell just so you can know when we are going live, so we can crack that thing and get this thing popping. So let's keep it moving. Viking, I appreciate you. Q Trucker, I think it's time that we really think about a change with the OC. I'm telling you right now, I'm thinking about the same thing, same damn thing too. And you can't go elsewhere. So the good thing is you have two guys that are capable of calling plays because they've done it before. Aaron Kromer, which I think respects the run game, and Joe Brady, that I know nothing about. He played at coached at LSU when these guys were firing. So this guy's got an ability. So Joe Brady better have his clipboard ready, because when it's time, when they say, yo, you know what, Ken, you're done, the same way they let go of freaking McDaniels in the Raiders, I would not be surprised if they had to make a change, because it's not working. There's no way you have a guy that was in MVP conversations to now looking like a lost puppy, just not knowing when to do this and when not to do something. It's just weird what's going on. And I don't like it. And Bills fans are catching on to this shit. And when they do, Bills fans get loud and things start to get moving. Nick Jordan, what's up, Nick? Nick comes in and says, we waited too long between Kelly and Allen. Time for a coaching change. Hire an offensive coach. Don't waste our QB's prime. No accountability for 13 seconds. Well, this is where we may differ, because I still like McDermott because he runs that defense extremely well. Look what we're able to do right now with a depleted defense. Our star corner's gone, our star linebacker's gone, and we had a defensive interior lineman that was killing the game and that was changing everything. All those three guys are gone. We've made some changes, so we're still trying to maintain and do what we can. But the defense has definitely taken a slip. There's no question about it. But the offensive side of the ball, there's been no injuries. Everybody's been relatively healthy. Obviously, Josh is dealing with a bum shoulder, but he's still fighting through it, and he's still out there. So if you're out there, that means obviously you're in discomfort, but you can still play. If you were injured, you would not be playing. So we need everything. We need everything out of you. We need everything out of you. And right now, if changes are going to be made, and who knows if they are, but if they are going to be made, the offensive coordinator has to go. And I don't give a damn if he has to. Joe Brady, get ready. Scott Van Loo, what up, Scotty? Scotty comes in and says, Rico, like I said, Josh, he owns his own. He's his own worst enemy. I probably be speaking out of my ass, but ever since he got his new girlfriend on the cover of Madden, a little taste of fame, he ain't the same. There's some people that are thinking the same thing. Josh has gone Hollywood. His focus is not there. But his main thing was, I'm as focused as I've ever been. Maybe he is focused. Maybe he just doesn't fuck with the offense. He hates it. And he reverts back to the old offense with certain things. Maybe that's what it is. and he's gonna protect his dog right till the end. I'm gonna tell you, if this offense continues to sputter the way it's been sputtering, you already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is. Changes are gonna have to be made. Change gonna come. Austin Hemby, should I just pull? Should I just pull and take a loss on my bill stock? But let's be real, I got money in it. Nah, keep your money in the bill stock, bro. We're gonna turn it around. We're gonna turn it around. There's gonna be one of those like come to, you know what I'm saying, come to the locker room and we're gonna talk it out, team players meeting only. I don't know. I don't think it's gotten to that point yet. Well, something's got to give. Something's got to give. Something ain't right. Something is not right with this offense. Rico, you, me wanted Brees. Remember, vindicated. Yes, we did want Brees Hall. Everybody knows. Everybody and their mama knows I wanted Brees Hall. They get sick and tired of me talking about Brees Hall. Well, how would Brees Hall look in this offense right now? When Josh is off and not playing the way he's supposed to be playing, yo, hand that thing off to Brees Hall. He'll get you something. Look at the Jets. The Jets are relevant because of Brees Hall. Just saying. Shout out to my man, Eric Schmitty. What up, Schmitty? Schmitty comes in and says, hey, Josh Allen asked in the presser, why the lack of tempo in the game? Just the plan that we had going into it. That's an indictment of the coaching. That's a cop-out answer. Rico, how about this coaching? Smitty's trying to he's trying to bait me into it. No, you're not baiting me into anything, bro. I am agreeing. This was just the game plan we wanted to have going. What was the game plan exactly? I'd love to know what the game plan was. To look like garbage? To not be able to run the football? Was that the game plan? We ran the football twice, and I think there was 5 minutes left into the second quarter. 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and James Cook ran his second. It was his second carry of the game. Come on, man. That ain't gonna cut it. So accountability will have to be taken 1,000%. Obviously, head coach has got to talk about it. Josh is talking about, oh, that was the tempo, that was the game plan. That tempo was garbage. So what was it? What was it really? Give me another one. I need give me another answer because that one's not going to cut it. Underscore says, as a 49ers fan, we'll take Allen. Shanahan has it. I don't know, man. Shanahan has his own problems, bro. Shanahan has his own problems, and you ain't getting Allen. We just need a better. Actually, why doesn't Shanahan come to Buffalo? Then we can win something together. Because he ain't getting it. He was close with the Atlanta team. Hasn't been close since. Maybe Brock Purdy's his guy. We'll see. Appreciate that super chat, my G. Eric Peak says, yo, I am done with this coaching staff. Look at what it is now. No other explanation. Allen neutered, bad challenges, no tempo, no creativity, no aggression, clean house, he says. Hire Ben Johnson, unacceptable. Oh, shit. My man Schmitty's pissed. And if you guys agree with Schmitty, smash that like and show me a thumbs up in the chat. Is he onto something? Is the coaching staff inept? Has the time passed them by? Is Leslie Frazier saying, see, I told you it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I had these boys as a top 5 defense. Stop trying to look my way, talk about 13 seconds. I told you it wasn't me. And I stepped away so I could prove to you y'all it wasn't me. And look at us now. I got a super chat coming in from my man Serge. What up, Serge? Webster's dictionary meaning for garbage has been changed to Gabe Davis. Damn. Leave Gabe Davis alone, man. He wasn't targeted as much. He was targeted what, twice? Come on, man. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. I'm not giving him a contract, but leave him alone. he'll come around again. He'll come around again. He's got no choice. Max says, yo, Benford also received injury on his right leg. Is that why he was out of the game? Boy, we're dropping like flies, man. We are dropping like flies. Jeez. Raymond Ramirez. What's up, Ray? Ray comes as, yo, Cook, 6 carries, 20 yards, 4-yard average. Murray, 2 carries. The rest passing plays. Opposing D knows it's a pass with no serious run coming. Allen has to be his own run game. Think one-dimensional, or is it? Listen, at the end of the day, when Allen is involved in the run game, the offense is less predictable, right? But when Allen is involved in the run game, the actual running backs tend to be ignored and they don't get the football. So when you bring in a guy like Leonard Fournette, you bring in a guy like Latavius Murray, you bring in a guy like obviously when Harris returns, I don't know what's going to happen with that. You're going to have to give these guys the football. You're going to have to give these guys the football. So give it up. Give it up today. You're going to have to. You're going to have no choice. And these guys will run between the tackles and take the pressure off of you and hopefully changes the way things are run. Changes the way things are run. But right now, it's not good. My man Eric P says, yo, Ben Johnson is the savior. Don't get it twisted, he says. Alton Venezuela. What's up, Alton? Alton says, yo, keep that same energy you was hating on Moss. I don't know if you're referring to me. Are you referring to me? Because if you guys remember, I was the one trying to say Moss is going to be the starter. They're trying to propel him over Devin Singletary. I don't know if you're talking about me, because I was the one that was actually in Moss's camp. But when he got traded, what you gonna do? I understood it. It just they weren't using him the way he was supposed to be used. But if you said that I was hating on Moss, I was actually in Moss's camp. I actually liked Moss. I don't know, Alton. I'm not sure, brother. Sonny Lamont, what's up, Sonny? He said, would you hire Jason Garrett as off? Get the F out of here. Jason Garrett? Heck no. I want nothing to do with Jason Garrett. Not to disrespect your comment or your super chat. I really wouldn't. I want nothing to do with Jason Garrett. Keep that brother away from anything Buffalo. No, thank you. No, thank you. No merci. Ray Ramirez says, yo, Rico, you're right. RBs disrespected our I think our wins. Our receivers had our RBs catching our W's had our RBs catching 6 to 7 a carry, and Josh eating big time off play action. L's got RBs with no carries. Listen, the proof is in the pudding. If you can be more balanced and you can run the football, chances are you're going to win this game. Is this a passing league? Yes, it is. But you still got to establish yourself in running the freaking football. Period. Panda, been defending McDermott, been doubtful of Dorsey, even talked smack with Bills fans that had Fire McDermott in their name. But after now, they've got effing ammo. I actually can't wait to see what Monday morning is going to be like. Seriously, I can't wait to see what Monday morning is going to be like. Are Bills fans going to be off with his head? Off with his head? Are they want McDermott out of here, or is it going to be get the OC out of here? Get the OC out of here. I don't know. I'm curious to see where Bills fans are going. What direction they're headed. I still am a fan of McDermott because he's got that defense still rolling with all those injuries. But he doesn't call offense. So does he have the right person under the headset calling plays for this offense? He keeps talking about complementary football. Well, is there complementary coaching? You can talk about complementary football all you want, but is there complementary coaching? Are y'all on the same page? Are y'all on the same wavelength? It's definitely a question to ponder. That's for sure. Duncan Clare comes in with a super chat, says, it's clear as day. Their hearts are not in it. They're traumatized because of what happened to DeMar. They haven't been the same since. And him just hanging around like a mascot doesn't help. Well, A, he is hanging around like a mascot. And B, this has nothing to do with DeMar. DeMar's situation is far gone. They've overblown this like crazy, but the team is over that shit. They're just not playing well. They're not playing well offensively. We're inconsistent. Way too inconsistent. But I think it's hilarious that you said that. John Kaiser, what's up, Johnny? Johnny comes in and says, unfortunately, we have to start thinking of the real possibility that we completely missed the playoffs. Man, we got Denver, Jets, KC, Philly, Dallas. Listen, worst case scenario, we missed the playoffs. Worst case scenario, not only do we miss the playoffs, now we're picking what, top 15? So that's worst case scenario. Do we want to be in that position? Do we want to suck hard enough that we have to get a good player? Heck no, we don't. Because we got good players right now. But I'm not ready to accept that fate just yet. Not ready just yet. Signified Note says, hey, I heard it from a podcast a week or two ago, but McDermott is clearly a high floor ceiling head coach. He's got to go. My excuse for him are done. Damn. They want McDermott out of here, bro. Hey, I'm still holding on to McDermott. I like McDermott. I still mess with him. McDermott's often extremely stubborn and set in ways. McDermott is often, he doesn't give me the impression that he's stubborn, but he does have his ways of how he wants things done. But if we're not executing, that's a problem. Question is, are we executing? That's what it comes down to. Cameron Hayes. What's up, Cameron? Cameron says, yo, Rico. We got enough bells and whistles on our squad, played better than the 49ers. Something has to be foul within the coaching staff. Or maybe this is a calm before the storm. But what is the storm? What do you mean? Something's brewing? Something's going to happen? I don't know, bro. I don't think anything's going to happen. Should something happen? Sure. Should there be a talking to? Should there be a, listen, man, if you don't get something going on with this offense, yo, it's either my job or it's your job. And I'm going to tell you right now, I hired you. I brought you into this team. I'm going to take your ass out. And you can go be an offensive coordinator somewhere else. But something's got to give, man. So the good thing is we've got replacements on the team. So if he ain't cutting it, it's either Aaron Cromer that has offensive coordinator under his belt, or it's Joe Brady that used to be in the collegiate realm quite successful. And then when he came, I think it was with the Panthers, wherever Matt Rule was, that didn't work out. So he was done. He was done for. So we picked him up. So we'll see how this all plays out. My man Schmidt, he says, yo, real talk on betting. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. I know someone losing their house and marriage because of it. Get help. That ain't it. Listen, man, if you're going to bet within your limits. Bet within your limits or don't even touch it. Stick to it. Stick to a budget. If you come in and if you broke, then $20 is your limit to bet, and that's $20 is your limit. That's it. You can't keep going and going and going. I mean, some people have that issue. And if they do, get some help. Real talk. BJ Bills, what's up, my man? He says, yo, have you noticed the Bengals offense calling at our defense like they knew what we were doing? While our offense can't do shit. This is a bum year for us. That's called good game planning. That's called, we already know what your offensive coordinator is like. We already know what your personnel is like. And we played you guys last year. We're going to do the same thing. First things first, we're going to take away Stephon Diggs from you guys. And now you're forced to make a play to somebody else. Problem is, Josh Allen is so stuck in his ways that he's still trying to force feed his Stephon Diggs, force feed his Gabriel Davis. When you got Khalil Shakir, James Cook, Kincaid that are sitting there, Trent Sherfield waiting for and you got Deontay Hardy that we paid $5 million to, and we can't even utilize this guy. It's crazy to me. Absolute crazy to me. Huh. Rock and roll. The offense is out there on the bench all game long. Our defense is out there all game long, getting hurt, and we call that being gassed. Defense being out there is gassed. So they get out, they give the ball back to you guys. They sit there, have a sip of Gatorade, go over the game plan of what they've been doing. All of a sudden, defense, back on the field. What? I didn't even get a chance to sit down yet. What? Y'all went 3 and out already? Something's got to give. We got to be better. We absolutely got to be better. Vikings. Keep it a buck. We got to work it out. Diggs getting pissed. He's getting pissed too. Heading to the locker room saying, I ain't even sweating. That's unacceptable, bro. Think you may be onto something. Players meeting. Oh, it's going to come. That player meeting is coming soon. And when you do get to a players meeting, it's not good. It's not good when you get a players only meeting. It is not good. And that means you're panicking. It's panic. And right now, I'm going to tell you right now, if this were a button and it was a panic button, my hand is over top of it and I'm squeezing down on that shit. I don't care what anybody tells me. This is panic mode. This is panic mode. The AFC is too good for you to think that you can just bounce back just like that. There's going to take a lot of things. It's going to take a lot to happen for you to even muster to get into the playoffs. So that panic button, Rico's pushing it. And I don't care. Oh, you guys are tripping. It's too early to push it. I'm pushing that bitch. I'm pushing it. I am pushing that panic button because right now Josh Allen ain't himself. We can't run the football. Offenses are shell of themselves, and right now the defense is depleted. Yeah, I'm panicking, and the offensive coordinator just seems out of touch, sitting up in the booth and just doesn't. I mean, not good. But I did not hear Stephon Diggs say, "I ain't even sweating." See, to me, I ain't even sweating. Meaning, yo, I'm not sweating. Mean like I'm not mad. There's two ways you can look at it. I ain't sweating. I'm not mad. I'm cool. I'm not gonna sit here and you know what I mean, rah, rah, rah. Or he didn't work hard enough. I'm not even sweating enough. I'm not even sweating enough. I didn't work hard enough. Like today was some bullshit. Who knows how to interpret it? But to me, I think I ain't even sweating it. On to the next one. We lost this one, but we gotta get on to the next one. Get enough wins for us to get to the playoffs. But I'm gonna be real, man. This team has too much talent for us to be this way. We didn't just trade for Rasul Douglas to be some shit. Just can't do it. Last super chat. M Optical says, "Yo, Josh haircut, fix it." I don't know. Are you not feeling Josh's haircut? I'm not too feeling. I don't really pay attention to Josh's haircut. Truth be told, Nick Jordan comes in and says, "Yo, the seat of the staff is getting hotter and hotter." There's definitely some. They definitely turned the temperature up. The temperature has definitely been turned up in the room. They're feeling it. They're feeling the heat a little bit, just a little bit, because the fan base is going to start going wild right now. It's real. Y'all know Biz Mafia. Biz Mafia don't play, man. They'll start letting y'all have it. That's real talk. Shout out to my man Jaws Wozniak, mortgage specialist. What's going on, Johnny? Johnny comes in and says, "Hey, man, QB and coach combo that have not won a Super Bowl within the first 5 years together have never won one." Oh, shit. Ever. Why do we think this will happen to us for the first time in history? Golly, Johnny. Johnny, what are you saying? Are we to move on from McDermott based on statistics and history? But Johnny, they just signed McDermott to a long-term deal. They just signed Brandon Beane to a long-term deal. They extended those two brothers at the same time. I cannot see McDermott reneging and saying, "You got to go." So if there is going to be a change in any regards, it's going to be Pagula going to Brandon Beane saying, "I trust what you've done with this roster. I do not trust what head coach is doing right now. So you got to make a decision. Either you make it happen or you both are gone." I just can't. I don't know McDermott. I don't know Pagula like that. Is he like that when he's with the Sabres? Is he a hard nose, like, you know what I mean? Gets it. Is he like a Mark Davis where he can fire the OC, fire the GM, and fire the head coach? Will he do that? Is he that type of GM or owner? Excuse me. I don't know him like that. I really don't know him like that. But if he is, something's got to give. But Johnny, the last five, that's a big stat, man. The last 5 years, quarterback coach tandem usually win the Super Bowl within the 5 years. It's beyond 5 years now, and they're still having, and the history is not on the side of those that's going to win it. Ooh, Johnny, you on to something, brother. You are on to something. I appreciate that super chat, brother. Viking says, "Yo, he was repeating it heading into the locker room because we were on an 0 we were 0 for 7 minutes in the first half, just overall frustrated." Oh, okay. That means he's not sweating it because he's not stressing. I ain't sweating. It's the first half, man. I'm sweating. I ain't sweating it. We'll get back. We're gonna get back to it, and that's how you should be. We're gonna get back to it. BJ Bill says, "Yo, and have you noticed that every prime time game we close by winning or we lose in big games? This shit is getting frustrating to watch the past 3 years." Yo, bro, they took away all our 1:00 games and put us in London, and they put us on prime time. Listen, I ain't complaining about the prime time. I like when I'm watching my team at this time, but this one's a tough one. This one's a tough one to swallow. Is there a difference between can't run or won't run? Absolutely. If you look at who's a team that can't run, I would say the Bucks. The Bucks can't run. I say they can't run. The Bills, I say we can't run either. Because when we try to make the emphasis of trying to run, we don't really stay with it. So it's like we don't trust the run game. So like, it's a combination of both because we have an elite quarterback. Most teams that don't have an elite quarterback will run the football. But the question, can we run or we just don't want to run? I think we want to run because we brought in Aaron Cromer. We've modified the O-line. So I know we want to run. So I think the real answer is we just can't run. We're not running well. We just can't run. We're not running well, and something's got to change. Something's got to change. Michael Hill, give me Jim Caldwell right now. Check the resume. I know all about Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell, he's more of a passing OC, though. I'm telling you right now, man, when OCs come to a team, they look at their roster and they see their strengths in the roster and they try to appease to the roster and the strength of the roster. If they came to the Bills and we had someone like Derrick Henry, you would cater to a team that has Derrick Henry. Okay, we're going to run the ball with this guy because he's like that. So when you come to a team, when you see a scat back type of running back that will not run between the tackles, not that he can't, but it wouldn't be ideal, you change the offense a little bit. You tend to abandon the run game because we're going to be a majority a passing team. I'll sprinkle in a couple runs here and there, but for the most part, we ain't run the ball. We're a passing team. Sadly, that's where we're at. The Bills. So, Von Miller is over. Oof. I don't want to say Von Miller is over because you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And the benefit of the doubt is the brother is still nursing his injury. He's still trying to get back right. And today, he was very silent. Very silent. I didn't really hear much from him. So, is he done? Is he over? I don't think he's done or over. But I'm going to tell you this. People are watching. And people are like, yo, we gave all this money for what exactly? But at the same time, you got to think, what did you expect? What did you expect? You can't expect him to come back 100% ready to roll. It's just not the way it works. It's not the way it works, folks. I'd love for it to be that way, but it's just not the way it works. Sorry. Just isn't. It's just what it is, folks. So let me wrap this up because I want to hold y'all. I mean, I really appreciate everybody tuned in. We got 800 people watching right now. Salute to y'all. I really want to be able to make this happen. But Von Miller's 34 years of age. He's 34 years of age, man. Getting down in 3-point stance alone is like, whoo, my back, my neck. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be like that soon. But low key, am I giving up on this team? Heck no, I'm not giving up on this team. Because this team is too damn good. But I'm gonna say this though. Change gonna come. And I hope it does for the betterment of this team. And McDermott and Bean are going to have some tough conversations to have. If Dorsey isn't relieved of his duties, and I'm not saying they're going to, I'm just, because we're talking about it. If he's not relieved of his duties, there's going to be a stern talking to, meaning if you don't get your act together shortly, I will have to put somebody else in charge. Because right now, this ain't it. This ain't working. This ain't working. Sadly, that's where we stand. Now, folks, there were some really good things in this game. I'm going to share that on Tuesday. Once I, watch a few more of the games, I'll let you know that. But at the end of the day, like, let me just put it this way, man. This team is too talented. They're too good. We will be back. We will do good things. We got to regroup and get right back to it. We got to regroup and get back to it. That's what it comes down to. By the way, to answer the question of do the Bills just can't run or they just don't want to run? Well, Raymond Ramirez says Cook has 108 carries and 501 yards, 4.7 yards a pop. They just don't want to run. That's what it comes down to. They don't want to run. They want to put the ball in Josh Allen's hands and go from there. So who is that on? Is that on Ken Dorsey? Or is that on Josh opting out and making his own plays? We got to be able to beat teams like KC. We got to be able to beat teams like the Bengals. We got to beat teams like the Jets. We got to beat teams like the Dolphins. Again, we're going to have to beat the Dolphins when they're going to be healthier. They're going to have Jalen Phillips. They're going to have Jalen Ramsey. They're going to be tougher to play. And that game is going to matter because they've assholes at the NFL level have made that game to be the last game of the week where it's going to matter. Whoever comes on top in that game. Thank you very much, NFL assholes. Makes me upset. I'm a Jets fan, and all the teams that we needed to lose have lost. What up, Jets fan? If Rodgers was healthy, you think the Jets exposed the formula to beat the Bills? Bro, the Jets have had the Bills number the last couple years, man, and they play us freaking tough. It's a matchup nightmare. It's just a matchup nightmare. We just don't match up well against them. And we lost the first game with Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson's only getting better. We'll see how it plays out in the next few weeks. But I'm going to tell you this, man. If you guys had Aaron Rodgers, it definitely would have been tough. I was shook of the Jets. I'm not going to lie. I was shook of the Jets with Aaron Rodgers and Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, and you guys were adding some people, and you guys had the nerve to try and attain Devontae Adams. You mother effers, man. Y'all need to go away somewhere. And Zach Wilson is 2-0 against the Bills. So whatever y'all are doing, keep it up because you guys are a problem. You guys are a major problem. And it's starting to piss me off that the Jets are actually starting to be good. I don't like it. But I appreciate that super chat, my G. And while you're here, smash that like and hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my man, Rev. What's up, Rev? You left me high and dry today, Rev. What happened, bro? I'm just teasing. McDermott needs to go, man. Damn, Rev gets right to the shits. Yo, McDermott needs to go. Fire Dorsey. You know what I'm saying? And let Brady, Cromer, or Shula take over. I just don't think it'll matter. McDermott is mediocre. He's a mediocre head coach who makes dumb decisions in critical moments. I really didn't understand him out of whether he listened to Trent Sherfield telling him to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I caught that, coach. I caught that. When the camera shows that it bounced off the turf and you can't tell and they've already ruled it incomplete, go with your losses and keep it moving. And the very next play, they throw to Trent Sherfield. He gets like 7 yards or 8 yards, and we're back to second and short. Now, but we just burnt a timeout. Like, that I did not like. Not cool by McDermott. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I have no idea what that brother was thinking. It's tough, man. We're in a predicament, folks. We're in the middle of the season. The Bills they've got no identity. We're just a team put together. This whole trust the process and all that stuff, the mantras they were trying to get us, like right now, I don't even know. I don't even know. Something's got to give. And right now, people are asking for McDermott's head right now. McDermott needs to have someone in the booth watching the game on their phone for replay. Somebody gave this guy bad info and told him, burn your timeout. And then Lord knows that one timeout that we did have could have made a difference today, potentially getting the ball back, giving the team a little momentum. But here we are, bullshitting yet again. So, folks, I'd love to stay on and chat some more. It is nearly 3 o'clock in the morning for my side. Sorry, it's 2 a.m. on my side. It's probably 1 a.m. for you guys. We got some things to change on this offense. We got some things to tweak. And I think McDermott and I think Coach knows that James Cook just ain't it. I'd rather them, when they are drafting running backs, consult me. Bring me into the room, and I'll tell you who is a viable pick to bring onto your squad. I would have told you Breece Hall, straight up. But here we are. Here we are in this position. And I'll tell you something else. if I would have traded for Najee Harris, I would have traded for Najee Harris because he's a bigger back and he can catch out of the backfield, and he would have been a prototypical back for the Bills. But we're sitting here with a limited James Cook. Limited. James Cook is limited. You guys know that. He can't do certain things that we need him to do for this team. It's killer. So here we are. Najee Harris is 6'2", 230 pounds. Come on, man. That would have been someone you trade for. That would have been someone you trade for. That makes a big difference. And right now we're limited on our offense. We're either going with a young James Cook that can't block, you know what I'm saying, that's limited on what he can do with his offense, or you're going with an aging 33-year-old Latavius Murray that's limited on the certain things that he can do. No speed, just, you know what I mean, can hit the tackle and pass block. Where can we find two of them? Damn shame. It's a damn shame. It really is. GP, what's up, GP? I just got home from my Bills bar. Hard to detour to the best bar in NYC, Duff's. I needed a full satanic black death metal, even cope with this. Oh man, the shit show. Yeah, it was a bad one. It's a bad one today, folks. It is a bad one. It is a bad one today, but what are you gonna do? You got to regroup. We got another game coming up against the Broncos, and this one is gonna be a 4:00 game. So we're not on primetime anymore. So we'll be off of primetime for a little bit. I think the next primetime game, I think, is the Eagles. And that's right before, no, I think it's all 4:00 games going forward. It's all 4:00 games going forward, folks. So, we actually, no, that's a lie. We got the Broncos next Monday. Monday night game is Broncos. And after that, it's like all 4:00 games. So maybe we get back to, you know, we're playing regular football and not being on the limelight, and maybe we just can't handle the limelight. Maybe that's what it is. I just don't know. All I know is that something's got to give. So that is my time, folks. I really appreciate you tuning in. I really appreciate you guys venting with me and letting you know what I'm saying, letting us talk about this. This game was an odd one. It was an odd game. I wasn't into it. You know what I'm saying? When you were at the edge of your seat into games, they pissed me off right from the start when they gave the ball to the Bengals. The Bengals get off to a great start. They march down the field like knife through butter and score. We're like, golly, what kind of game is this going to be? Here come the Bills. Down. So I'm like, all right, we got ourselves a ball game. And then the bullshit began. And then here we are. So at the end of the day, folks, let me just tell you this. January football matters the most. We need to prep right now to prepare ourselves for the December, January games. So I ain't giving up on this team just yet. You're always in it when you have 17. We're just going to have to make some tough decisions. And the only one that I think viable enough to even talk about is potentially moving on from Ken Dorsey, because I'm to the point where I could care less if he's there or he's not there. We've seen all of last year what he was capable to do. Then we gave him this year. He got his tight end. He got his second tight end in Quentin Morris. I don't give a damn if it's Quentin Morris or Dawson Knox. You have two tight ends. And it's not materializing the way we need it to materialize. Although Josh Allen was having a pretty damn good year. He was up in TDs. He led the league in TDs. He led the league in percentage, in completion percentage. But he's turning the freaking ball over. He's turned the ball over his last 5 matchups. Cut it out, man. The turnovers are getting old, bro. Stop with the turnovers. Throwing stupid footballs, man. Now I'm about to get myself pissed off again. So I'm not going to let myself do that. But these turnovers are pissing people off. They're just dumb throws. Dumb throws. Which I can't, man. So, that being said, you guys have yourself a fantastic night. I really, truly do appreciate this. You have no idea. I appreciate you guys even having the time to sit with me. The super chats that have all come in, I appreciate that. It means the world to me. It really does. And if you guys want to see me again, I will be actually on the Bleacher Report tomorrow. I'll be doing, ironically, the power rankings, my version of the power rankings, who goes from 32 to number 1 with the Bleacher Report. So be on the lookout for that. Be on my socials. If you guys don't know what my socials are, they're right here. Rico_BF_. Hit me up on my socials, and I'm on IG and all that good stuff, and we'll go from there. So that being said, you guys have yourself a fantastic rest of the night. Go get some sleep, because tomorrow they're going to kill the Bills. Be ready to hear some hard truths. Be ready to hear some hard truths about your team. The national media is going to get after Josh Allen. They're going to get after McDermott. They're going to get after, you know what I'm saying, the run game. They're going to get after Ken Dorsey. They're going to get after the whole team. But more importantly, 2 people are going to get smashed right now in the media. It's going to be Josh Allen, and it's going to be McDermott. Those 2 brothers are going to go in on those 2. And as they should. They're going to question everything. They're going to question if this is even a team that we should even trust. Are they fraudulent? Every one of those conversations should be had. Should Sean McDermott be fired? Should be let go? Is he wasting away Josh Allen in his prime years with Stephon Diggs? What's Pagula going to do about this? Is Pagula even alert enough to even make these decisions? Both Pagulas? All these questions are valid, and they're going to have to be answered to. And Brandon Beane is gonna be under the scope too as well. Brandon, this is your guy. This is your coach. This is your OC. What are you gonna do about it? We shall see. But right now, as of right now, if we get labeled fraudulent team, I ain't even mad at it. I'm not even mad at it, because right now we are looking like frauds. The offense that was supposed to, you know what I mean, that's averaging 30 points a game, almost 30 points a game. The last 4 games, we've been averaging bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So we need to get it together. So join me tomorrow on the Bleacher Report. I'll drop my links and all that stuff, and come support your boy. And much appreciated to you. I had to kind of shake the tree a little bit with them. It's like, yo, I can't just be talking Bills talk only, man. Yo, let me talk about some other shit. They're like, oh, you do that? I was like, heck yeah, man. What you think this is, bro? What you think this is? The only thing is, I can't be rocking, you know what I mean, Bills gear in the back. They're gonna be like, yo, why is this guy talking about that stuff? But anyway, I digress. So you guys have yourself a fantastic evening. I at least try to. And we call it a day. We call it a day, and we'll do it up again another time. So, folks, enjoy your evening. Smash that like before you guys leave. Hit that notification bell, that little bell that goes bing. Your boy Rico's on. And let's get this thing to 715 likes. Smash that like before you guys get out of here. Subscribe to the channel. It's the Rico Report. Hit me up on Twitter right over here. Rico_BF. Hit me up. Let's talk about it. And if you guys want to become a member, right? Not subscription, but you guys want to become a member and support us beyond what you guys been doing. It's very simple. SupportBF.com. Everything you need to know is right here. SupportBF.com. Salute to you guys. Have you guys a special evening, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. It's your boy Rico. It's the Buffalo Fanatics, and I'm gone. Let's go.